Building an audience before you launch. That's what I want to share with you guys today. It's something that I've done for every one of my companies, and I get asked all the time. You know, there's this misconception that a lot of people feel like you can launch a product, you're going to have success. You know, if you're familiar with Basecamp, right, a product from 37 Signals, when they launched it, they went from like no traction to 5,000, 10,000 a month in reoccurring revenue. But what people don't remember or don't realize is they had a blog with 50,000 to 100,000 unique visitors every month visiting it, called Signal versus Noise. So that blog was actually the community or the audience they created way before they ever built the product. So I think that that's a really important idea to understand and how to do it, right? So what I'm going to teach you guys is this framework called people, content, and events. So the people part, how do you start getting the right people engaged? Well, there's a bunch of ways to do that. The first one is forums. You know, think about all the different places that your potential customers might be engaging with, asking questions, sites like Quora. You can actually search on Google for forums, and search keywords and find, you know, different sites. I mean, there's all these amazing forums on these weird niches all over the internet that you can start participating in, talking to customers, asking them questions, and building those relationships to really guide things. Twitter is an amazing resource, another one that I've always used, where you can actually just ask a question. You know, when I was building Flowtown, one of the things I did is I went on Twitter and I said, hey, have you ever searched for a person's email address plus LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook? Because what we had was this tool that allowed you to give an email address and get all the social data. So then people started replying. They're like, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done that. And I started saying, hey, can we get on a quick call? And really my motivation was to obviously learn why they were doing that, what was the circumstance of the situation, but also to build those relationships. I think the people part is one of the most important, and there's just so many ways for you to engage people online to start building those relationships way before you ever launch your product. The second one is content. You know, there's this great quote that says, teaching sells. And I think that that is the essence of a great blog. You know, teaching information, sharing resources, doing roundups of products in your industry to build an audience of an ideal customer that you can then eventually introduce a product to, very much like Signal versus Noise did, 37 Signals in Basecamp. You know, I've done personally, I mean, every company, if you think about it, every company I've ever worked on for the most part were solutions for entrepreneurs. So I've been blogging at danmartell.com about business and entrepreneurial challenges forever because it gives me an unfair advantage. Every time I launch a new company, I have that audience built, right? And I think if you don't have that, it's something you can start doing now. So you can start teaching your audience what things you know about that industry and build that group of people that are interested in eventually getting the product that you launch. You know, and the third one is events, right? So people, content, and events. Events is where you go and you attend and you meet people in the audience, because what you're doing is you're meeting people that have the same affinity or interest or passion around that topic, and it's probably going to be that kind of person that's going to buy your product, right? The ideal, if you can do this, if you feel confident, you really want to build an audience before, is to get on stage. You know, recently I was interviewed for a book called Traction. I think it's chapter 19. Check it out. And I talked about how I use speaking engagements to really growth hack my growth hack Flowtown and Clarity. So, you know, events are just this really amazing opportunity for you to get FaceTime with your potential customers. And it can be as simple as attending. You can even organize your own event. There's a lot of great products that have been spun out of large events that were created. And you can even just go to other events, either paid events or meetups. I mean, go to meetup.com and check all the different meetups in your location or around your city that bring together your potential customers. Go there, talk to them. Guys, I'm really passionate about building that audience before you launch your product. It'll help you not only validate the idea, but also build real momentum so that when you launch, you get some sales, hopefully enough to quit your day job and really go full force. You know, people, content, and events. That's my story. That's what I want to share with you guys today. I really appreciate you guys watching these videos. I want to ask you guys to leave a comment below if you've done any of these. How did that work for you? What was the strategy? Share with the community that we're building below. I'm really excited. I want to challenge you guys to live a bigger life and a business, and I will see you guys next Monday.